Welcome to our channel. Let's start the day with kindness, and the end goodness will flowing from you to yourself.
Nothing is too wonderful to be true if it is consistent with the laws of nature. The important thing is to know how to take all things quietly. Water is to me, I confess, a phenomenon which continually awakens new feelings of wonder as often as I view it. The lecturer should give the audience full reason to believe that all his powers have been exerted for their pleasure and instruction. Astonishing how great the precautions that are needed in these delicate experiment, patience. A natural law regulates the advance of science. Where only observation can be made, the growth of knowledge creeps; where laboratory experiments can be carried on, knowledge leaps forward. But I must confess I am jealous of the term atom, for though it is very easy to talk of atoms, it is very difficult to form a clear idea of their nature, especially when compounded bodies are under consideration. The beauty of electricity or of any other force is not that the power is mysterious and unexpected, touching every sense at unawares in turn, but that it is under the law, and that the taught intellect can even govern it largely. I think chemistry is being frittered away by the hair-splitting of the organic chemists. We have new compounds discovered, which scarcely differ from the known ones, and when discovered are valueless. Very illustrations perhaps of their refinements in the analysis, but very little aiding the progress of true science. It is the great beauty of our science that advancement in it, whether in a degree great or small, instead of exhausting the subject of research, opens the doors to further and more abundant knowledge, overflowing with beauty and utility. In knowledge, that man only is to be condemned and despised who is not in a state of transition. Men of science, fit to teach, hardly exist. There is no demand for such men. The sciences make up life, they are important to life. The highly educated man fails to understand the simplest things of science and has no peculiar aptitude for grasping them. I find the grown-up mind coming back to me with the same questions over and over again. Physicist is both to my mouth and ears so awkward that I think I shall never use it. The equivalent of 3 separate sounds of I in one word is too much. I have a great distaste for controversy. I have often seen it do great harm, and yet remember a few cases in natural knowledge where it has helped much either to pull down error or advance truth. Criticism, on the other hand, is of much value. Magnetic lines of force convey a far better and purer idea than the phrase magnetic current or magnetic flood. It avoids the assumption of a current or of 2 currents and also of fluids or a fluid, yet conveys a full and useful pictorial idea to the mind. The secret of my success is comprised of 3 words: work, finish, publish. Nothing is ever too good to be true. It is right that we should stand by and act on our principles, but not right to hold them in obstinate blindness, or retain them when proved to be erroneous. I can at any moment convert my time into money, but I do not require more of the latter than is sufficient for necessary purposes. Why will people go astray when they have this blessed book to guide them? Still try, for who knows what is possible. There is no more open door by which you can enter into the study of natural philosophy than by considering the physical phenomena of a candle. A center of excellence is, by definition, a place where second-class people may perform first-class work. I have none. I am resting on certainties. I have far more confidence in the one man who works mentally and bodily at a matter than in the 6 who merely talk about it. I cannot conceive curved lines of force without the conditions of a physical existence in that intermediate space. Lectures which really teach will never be popular, lectures which are popular will never really teach. I am no poet, but if you think for yourselves, as I proceed, the facts will form a poem in your minds. Chemistry is necessarily an experimental science, its conclusions are drawn from data, and its principles supported by evidence from facts. When the contrary magnetic poles were on the same side, there was an effect produced on the polarized ray, and thus magnetic force and light were proved to have relation to each other. I could trust a fact and always cross-question an assertion. The 5 essential entrepreneurial skills for success are concentration, discrimination, organization, innovation and communication. There's nothing quite as frightening as someone who knows they are right. I propose to distinguish these bodies by calling those anions which go to the anode of the decomposing body, and those passing to the cathode, cations, and when I have occasion to speak of these together, I shall call them ions. I have long held an opinion, almost amounting to conviction, in common I believe with many other lovers of natural knowledge, that the various forms under which the forces of matter are made manifest have one common origin, or, in other words, are so directly related and mutually dependent, that they are convertible, as it were, one into another, and possess equivalence of power in their action. You can hardly imagine how I am struggling to exert my poetical ideas just now for the discovery of analogies and remote figures respecting the earth, sun and all sorts of things, for I think it is the true way, corrected by judgment, to work out a discovery. In place of practicing wholesome self-abnegation, we ever make the wish the father to the thought, we receive as friendly that which agrees with, we resist with dislike that which opposes us, whereas the very reverse is required by every dictate of common sense. When I came to know Mrs. Marcet personally, how often I cast my thoughts backward, delighting to connect the past and the present, how often, when sending a paper to her as a thank you offering, I thought of my first instructress. There's nothing quite as frightening as someone who knows they are right. A man who is certain he is right is almost sure to be wrong.
Thank you for stopping by our channel. See you next time. Bye.